Who's going to step up and be the hero as they try to make it back to championship weekend? .81 degrees and sunny here at CQ Stadium in College Park. Shea Keithler takes the opening draw for the Terps against Daniel Hames of Air Force. McNaney out of his goal as Keithler corrals it, gets it back to the experienced goalie. It'll be Terps ball to start.
You have to look at Urksa. I mean, he's the best athlete for them on the offensive end. Really quick. And you'd love to see his game take the next step because he has all the ability in the world. That's
Urksa, number 10. They spin it around. That's their best finisher. It's Daniel Kelly picking a corner to start the scoring less than a minute in.
And this is what Maryland's offense is known for. Crisp passing, sound team fundamentals there. Urksa draws the Air Force defense. They get rotating, and then just lefty to the far post. As a shooter, when you rip it and it hits the cage and pops out, nothing feels better than that.
Next faceoff still up for grabs. A kick by Maryland, and it is scooped up by the Terps.
And when you look at Maryland's offense, right, they're never going to be the team that's leading the country in scoring. They're too patient, they're too disciplined, they're too well coached. It's kind of why you see so many people with points, right? But to me, it's Urksa that's going to make this offense click. And right there, Eric Spanos, 6'5", 220 pounds. He's a big boy who's really come on, and again, uses his size and subtle shiftiness on the inside. Right here, right? Steps up the field, the quick face dodge, protects his stick, and it's that subtle extra step that opens up the cage and he puts it near side, right? You're going to see it here, right? Face dodge, protects his stick, steps up the field, and it's a subtle move off the near post.
For Spanos, that is career point number 100. So congratulations to the senior from Pottstown, Pennsylvania, the 64th Terp to hit 100 points in his Maryland career. Hames wins the faceoff for Air Force, and
to shrink. And so they need to have long, drawn-out possessions, make Maryland work on the defensive end. The tough part there is McNaney's so good in the cage that you're going to be taking outside shots.
And speaking of Wes Peen, who just took that shot, number 56, as Coach Bill Wilson told us he's going to Columbia next year. Shot clock down to 5. Air Force needs to take the shot. They do. McNaney saw it all the way. Kalen Driggs just had to beat the buzzer. Incredible consistency. On the sweep to the middle, it's Matthew Keegan. Dispossessed. Urksa in the vicinity. Braden Urksa had his stick checked. Air Force creates the turnover. Half the shot clock is gone. Starting from a long way away, but a great feed in front, and Air Force is on the board.
And what a pass right there from Rasmani.
And it's Stadelmeyer on the finish.
And then just the nice face dodge, the patience, right? Really doesn't move his feet. You see how quiet his feet were to get within one.
Ryan Stadelmeyer with his 22nd of the season, the junior from Midland, Michigan.
I think a zone plays exactly into who Maryland is and what they do best.
And Bill Wilson's team can do both. You know, for Maryland, obviously, being the 2 seed is an advantage, but they didn't know who they were playing until Wednesday night. So John Tillman and his staff, which watches a ton of film, they got a head start on Monday.
Those are just devastating, especially when you're playing a team that may have superior athletes.
You don't have the margin of error against this Maryland team. Playing a little hangman. Kelly trying to get his hands free. More good defense from the Falcons. They've really locked up here. Merrick goes down to his knees to make the save. The squadron commander has his first save of the afternoon. Maryland is going to take a lead in all likelihood to the second quarter. The shot clock is off. Shot clock earning itself a well-deserved rest at the end of this first quarter. Here goes Spanos just playing bully ball. What a finish from Eric Spanos. Put him in the weight room at 6'5", 220.
Eric Spanos, the senior, just using brute force He played at Malvern Prep. And if you look at all the top rosters in college lacrosse, it seems like 50% of them played for Coach McReady's.
It's Hames and Keithler for the faceoff. Maryland with one last chance. 10 seconds left in the first quarter.
This could be crippling if Maryland's able to find the back of the net here at the end of the quarter.
5 seconds. Urksa scans, trying to find Kelly on the crease. Out of bounds it goes. 8 consecutive games entering this one. Both those guys off the score sheet in the first quarter. Ryan Stadelmeyer and the assist from Alex Rismani. That's their only goal so far. Just 1 goal for Air Force in the first quarter.
I think Maryland feels confident on offense. They can generate high-quality scoring opportunities. Air Force needs to continue to be able to believe.
What a move. Bryce Ford just going everywhere he wants. Trucking his way to the crease and scoring his first goal today.
Bryce Ford, now the cut up, and he never puts his second hand on the stick. The transfer from Fairfield, just the flick of the wrist, low to high elevator.
You know, Bryce Ford is a natural lefty. Did that all with his right hand. He's played a bunch on the right side this year for Maryland. Playing midfield for the Terps, played attack at Fairfield. Transferred in, and he's shown you his malleability. Why he got drafted to the PLL.
And these are the ground balls that Air Force needs to win. Maryland's going to make them earn it.
That's what they do. Josh Yago, 70 points this year, 34 assists, a program record for a single season. This is the second meeting between these schools in the NCAA tournament. Another save from McNaney. You're not beating him from that angle. Jake Merrick, the 5'8" senior, mans the crease for Air Force. 4 minutes into the second quarter, Maryland with a 3-goal lead. Nice save by Merrick.
What a save. That was off a deflection as well.
Yeah, Aiden Aiken almost beat him 5-hole. Shot clock down to 30, past the midway point of the second quarter. Urksa into the side of the net. Merrick out of his crease to retrieve it.
That's something Air Force needs to look at halftime. If they don't bump the goalie out of the cage, all it really takes is 2 changes of direction, shift the field twice, and someone should be open stepping over the midfield line.
Yago the feed. Driggs cashes in. That's been the duo all season for the Falcons. 10-1. Air Force back within 2.
Yago is most honest as he makes his pass. Behind X with his left hand to Driggs, who gets Air Force back within 2.
Jonah Carrier at the faceoff X for Maryland. Against Daniel Hames, and the Air Force senior wins it cleanly. Hames came in about 48.5% on the season. Expected to see a lot of him and Michael Frieri. So far, mostly Hames. Now Peen from out top. 10 seconds to shoot. Careless passing from Air Force. Picked up by McDonald, going the other way. Terps on the run. Spanos scores. And he's got a first half hat trick.
This all starts with solid team defense right here. McDonald with a nice check. He continues forward, and now they're in a fast break situation. And they get it to the point man, Panos. And the nice face dodge, and Spanos. Right, Air Force comes out recklessly. The nice composure.
Give Jack McDonald his 3rd assist of the season. Look at the shooting from Spanos. Dialed in today, 3 for 4 as Maryland opens up another playoff run.
So I think they have enough of the pieces, and when you have a goalie who can erase a team and just be lights out on any given day, like, yeah, you can win a national championship. And oh, by the way, they probably have the best coach. So they got a lot of the pieces.
Serious pedigree with this program. Forward the feet in front, tapped home, Braden Urksa. Welcome to the box score, Braden Urksa. His 128th point of his Maryland career.
When we talk team offense, here it is. Maryland, more than any other team, gets the ball through X. It's been a trend in college lacrosse, in my opinion, where teams are not transferring the ball through X.
3.5 to play in this first half.
I think Urksa and Spanos can just do a nice job. Like, they're really kind of opposite players, right? Urksa more that shifty, quick player. Spanos, the big moose.
Then they got a sniper in Daniel Kelly. That one kicked off the goalie, Merrick. Kelly with his second goal of the first half.
And just a nice two-man game here. They don't talk through that.
5 of their 7 goals have been assisted. Daniel Kelly is highly combustible as McDonald comes away with another ground ball and a face-off win.
On that initial dodge, they're moving it to X. Now you're either caught up in front of the cage and they can pick you apart in the interior.
Looked like a set piece, ends up with Urksa. At X, his pass into traffic. Ball still loose. Picked up by Air Force. Here come the Falcons. Connor Albertson, the close defenseman. Over to Luke Versansky. He's heated up lately as Air Force has gone on this 7-game win streak, including winning the ASUN tournament. Beat Robert Morris 14-9 Wednesday as Peen tries to shoot at lefty and McNaney's all over it. 4 saves for Logan McNaney. Shot clock down to 15 for the Terps. And out of bounds, a turnover from Maryland. Bill Tierney. You get to see CJ Kurse tonight against Albany, 7:30 Eastern on ESPNU.
Uh-oh.
There it is. That's what they drew up at the timeout. The ride. Can they cash it in? And the halftime buzzer sounds. 7-2 our score as we begin the second half. It's Jonah Carrier on the faceoff, the freshman from Rochester, and he wins it for the Terps.
The exterior of these defenses, and they time their cuts as well as anybody. Just look at it. I mean, this.
Yeah, they stretch a defense and then puncture it. Ruthless offense, perfect execution. Spanos has another. I mean, he was wide open 10 yards from the goal.
But you just don't appreciate, right? It's those 2 rotations on the exterior of the offense that leads to that exact opportunity. They just move the ball in and out of their sticks quickly, and then Spanos steps to the middle of the field. Right now, Air Force doubles, and Spanos is wide open in the front. It wears the defense down.
That wasn't just a step down. That was a walk down. I mean, he took 3-4 steps before he took the shot, and now 6 of Maryland's 8 goals assisted today. But it is hyper efficient, and you pair that with the 3rd best scoring defense in the country. That's why they're a threat to win another national championship. Spanos again operates from X. On the inside roll, Eric Spanos. Take 5 for the senior. He's got 5 goals in the opening round of the NCAA tournament, a new season high.
Coach Tillman heading into the locker room talked about his athletic physicality, but also his awareness of when to use it, right? That's the 3rd time today that, again, he takes that out. See how he attacks the outside shoulder of chairs on defense, right? It's that outside shoulder that opens him up, that now allows that inside roll. That opens up the entire center of the field for Spanos, and that's his game, right? Not too many people bigger than him and as physical as him.
6'5", 220, Eric Spanos, the senior. Air Force wins the faceoff after Maryland had won 5 in a row.
I don't think he's been involved in the 6-on-6 enough.
That's a really nice move inside. McNaney with a great save and then gobbles up the rebound. Denied Luke Versansky. Hoping to continue playing for the Terps for at least a few more weeks. Here's Spanos. He has been so lethal from this spot all day. Again, rolls back inside, draws 2, draws 3, draws 4 off the crossbar, and it's put in on the rebound. Eric Spanos just sacrificed his body.
Right here, Spanos with the inside roll. Nice double, triple, quadruple team from Air Force. And Noah Armitage with the awareness. Picks up the ground ball and puts in the back of the empty net.
Better ball movement here from the Falcons. More good defense from the Terps. The goal line extended. Stadelmeyer. There is a flag down against Maryland. Yago is down injured at 10 yards from the goal. Terps touch it, and that'll lead to the whistle as Zach Gorno, the transfer from Bowdoin College, picks it up.
Just not realizing they have to get over the field.
Yeah, they got 2 seconds left. Oh, wow, that's impressive. Hitting him on the run. Spin. Oh, look at McNaney. He just makes it look easy. Our all-time leader in saves and wins. There he is again, denying Wes Peen on a dodge down the left alley and then starting to clear himself. Urksa scans back to Keegan, a senior transfer from Binghamton. Shot clock down to 10. A save by Merrick on the shot from Whittier. Ground ball picked up by Urksa. And an offensive rebound for Braden Urksa. That's a backbreaker for Air Force. Spanos, little ankle breaker move. Playing the two-man with Kelly, who's got it now at X. Finds the open man. Fake the shot, take the shot, saved by Merrick, his 5th. A lot about John Tillman's program. Old school. That is some old school smoke. Matthew Keegan.
What seemed like a 5-minute possession. Maryland finally finds the back of the net. Just relentless pressure applied to Air Force's defense. Matthew Keegan uncorks from the outside.
There's Urksa. Set up Spanos. Sharp angle. 6 goals for number 7. Eric Spanos pens a masterpiece in the first round.
And just a nice job stepping in. Air Force giving him too much space. The 3/4 release. He puts some top spin on the shot, right? We watched the release. He's going to turn that wrist over.
At 6'5", 220 with that type of skill on the release. Spanos, a weapon. 6 for 11 shooting today.
A little better than the last couple outings, which I think is 2 of 21 in his last 3 games.
Now you talk about breaking out of a slump. This Maryland lacrosse family watching with pride as their Terps just take apart the Air Force Falcons, and Logan McNaney, a big reason why. Another save denying Jake Knapp right off the faceoff. Still selling out. You got 6 goals. Your team's on top by 10 in the 4th quarter. It's been still sacrificing the body to try to make something happen. That's what be the best is all about. Yago from a tight angle beats McNaney, and Air Force has its first goal since midway through the 2nd quarter.
And just a nice individual effort going underneath the pick. Josh Yago, right, drops his hands, rips it near side high. Again, the key to beating Logan McNaney in the cage is you gotta change planes.
Almost 23 minutes without a goal for Air Force. Yago takes matters into his own hands. What we saw from Notre Dame today, I mean, they are not to be messed with.
When they played their best.
Oh my gosh, McNaney, point blank.
Notre Dame, to beat a defense of Syracuse, right? Like, those are really lockdown defenses.
There's Ford. Lost the handle. Empty net. Zach Whittier's not going to miss it. Whittier's first goal today.
Right here, you have Bryce Ford, kind of with a dodge. The ball finds its way across the crease to Zach Whittier. He's wide open, and for good measure, pumps it in the net, 85 miles an hour to the top portion. Bad break. But again, if I'm Maryland here, you may look to run second units, and that's what they've done here. Subbed in across the board.
Yago's got it for Air Force. He scored their last goal. Finds Kalen Driggs, see if he can get himself untracked. And he does. Beats Ruppel from goal line extended, an impossible angle for Kalen Driggs. Second goal today.
And just a nice effort from Driggs. On the one-on-one matchup against Jackson Canfield, who's playing great defense. Not letting Driggs get topside, engaging at his hips, but Driggs from no angle extends his hands. It's right here as he gets the goal line, gets Air Force on the board, 13-4.
And then our final game tonight is the top seed Cornell taking on Albany in a little upstate New York battle. Yago searching, sets up Peen, puts the shoulder down. Physical dodger from the midfield, and it ends up with Ruppel.
You know, like now they're probably the marquee place for college lacrosse. Like he built it, and everyone's coming.
Air Force causes a turnover. We're inside of 2 minutes to play in this fourth. Maryland put in the finishing touches on an utter domination of Air Force, but give the Falcons a ton of credit for being here. That's a beautiful shot from Alex Stepney. Hides it in the top shelf.
And it's shots like this that you need to execute to beat these Maryland goaltenders. Got to change planes. Stepney right here. We're going to get a great angle. Low to high, near side.
Senior from New Hartford, Connecticut. This Air Force team had won 7 games in a row to get here. I don't think a lot of people gave them a chance to be on this stage. They started 2-7. Ruppel makes the save. Prevents a pole goal. For Maryland, the season will continue into the quarterfinals and potentially beyond, which is a springtime tradition here in College Park. Fittingly, it's Maryland ball movement that'll end this game and bleed this clock down to a 0-0. The Terps are headed back to the quarterfinal. It's where they belong, and the 2 seed takes care of business today against Air Force. Full domination, 13-5, Maryland wins.
From the opening whistle, Maryland came to play.